And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Ace Attorney's Spirit of Justice, the DLC case. So, we just saw Larry off and we're about to go see Ellen. This is the second day of the investigation now. And before we do that, we're going to talk to Maya to see if she has any ideas or what we should do. Why the long face, Maya?
I can't believe time travel isn't real after all.
Of course she'd be let down about that. I see.
I thought I'd get to go back in time and see real dinosaurs and ninjas and stuff.
Yeah, too bad, huh? I couldn't be more relieved, personally. Her puffy cheeks. So, what should we do?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, shouldn't we just keep investigating stuff or something?
You're so down! She's really lost that spark. Ever since I proved that time traveling wasn't real in court today. Poor Maya! She's really burned. Whoops. I know what I'm doing today! We're going to the detention center. Yes. Spick Spock!
Ah, my poor sweet Soren. I wonder how he's getting along without me.
Hello, Ellen.
Oh, Mr. Wright, what's going to happen with the trial, do you think?
Well, first and foremost, we have to hurry up and find this mystery person you saw just before you passed out.
Do you think that person could be the real killer?
It's quite possible, and if we can prove that, we can clear you of all charges. Actually, would you happen to know where Soren is right now?
He's usually busy with meetings all afternoon, but he should be home by evening.
Nice boxers. I think I better go have a chat with him later then. Why am I being treated to a view of someone's underwear?
Mr. Wright, don't tell me. You suspect my sweet Soren?
Well, he is the one who masterminded the second reception after the time skip. So I thought he might be able to tell us something.
How could you, Mr. Wright? You can't possibly think my Soren would never kill anyone!
All right. Just calm down.
No! Not if you're accusing my Soren!
Please, I'm not accusing anybody. So please, put the pan and ladle down, alright?
Really?
Cross my heart. So, for now, would you mind if I asked you a few more things about the case? I better be careful not to provoke her. Yeah, unfortunately, the first thing we gotta talk about is Soren. Could you tell me about Soren?
There's nothing to tell. He's squeaky clean.
Alright, okay. Maybe I should avoid the topic of Soren right now. Let's talk about something else then.
Fine, but you won't hear a peep out of me about Soren.
Ellen, I feel like if you don't say anything, I think you're hurting the case even more. Talk about pulling teeth. Alright, then let's talk about Pierce. Could you tell me about Pierce Nicoti then?
Pierce. He came to Sprocket Manor about a year ago. As the family butler, he is now in charge of everything in the household.
Only a year ago? Did he have some kind of special connection with the family?
I'm just a maid, so I'm not privy to such things, I'm afraid.
A long-ass loading. It might have been Soren's order, but Pierce is the one who coordinated the whole thing. He's the one who really orchestrated the grand time travel farce. He must have quite a bit of authority in that family. But no matter how good he is at the job, how could anybody gain that much influence in a single year?
I really don't know. I mean, he is an excellent butler, Wouldn't that explain it?
Is it really as simple as that? I think he had a real close, intimate connection with somebody in the family. Time travel. What you thought was time travel was really just a cover-up carried out by your in-laws. You said Soren was the one who ordered the whole thing.
I still can't believe it, even if the second reception was fake. Soren would never use time travel for something like that. He is very serious about his time machine research, you know.
I heard there's a reason he's researching time machines, actually. Something about something he wishes he could change? But isn't the whole idea of traveling back in time itself a little fantastic?
I don't think so. After all, Soren said real time travelers do exist.
Really, now? You think he knows someone who actually traveled through time?
That's right. I haven't seen it personally, but Soren said as much. So I believe it.
Somebody who actually traveled through time, huh? It's pretty hard to believe. Thank you, Ellen.
You're going out to do your investigation now, aren't you?
Yes, that's right.
Please make sure you don't cause Soren any trouble, okay?
I'm afraid I can't promise you that.
What? Please, whatever you do, please don't upset my poor Soren any further. I'm begging you.
I'll do my best not to cause him any unnecessary trouble.
Oh, I couldn't bear it if Soren ever came under suspicion. I'd rather be found guilty myself.
Yikes! Ellen, please, don't work yourself up like this. You don't want Soren to worry, do you?
No, you're right.
And the floodwaters recede once more.
So what do we do now, Nick?
Well, Ellen said Soren is usually in meetings until the evening, so let's save our house call until then. Why don't we go to the mooring dock and figure out our next move from there?
Roger, Nick.
We should actually go check the hold since we didn't get to do that on the first day. So, where should we start?
Let's see. Are there any places we haven't examined yet? We already investigated the reception hall and Sprocket Manor.
I know! We haven't looked at the Vista deck or the hold yet.
Hey, you're right! We still got some pretty important places left to examine, don't we? The Vista deck is the actual scene of the murder, right?
And the lantern with the body in it was stored in the hold. I think there's a good chance we'll find some important clues in those locations.
Do we know how to get to the hold?
Good question. I think it was labeled in that diagram of the airship in this pamphlet.
There it is!
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go! Okay, it looks like we're gonna go through an elevator and a couple things to get there. Although, like, I noticed the option to move to the holding area is already there, so I wonder if we needed even... Oh no, we didn't have that. That was the foyer, my bad. Alright, let's go to the hold! So this is the hold. This is where Pierce orchestrated the whole cover-up operation. Better go over this place with a fine-tooth comb.
Hey, Nick? Weren't we supposed to need a key card to get in here?
Huh? You're right. I wonder why it was unlocked.
How's it going, Mr. Wright?
Emma! Emma, what are you doing here?
Just a little independent investigating for my own sake. Gotta keep the mind sharp.
Ah, so the door's security system was turned off for the police investigation. We'd like to investigate the hold ourselves. Would that be alright?
Yeah, sure. The police just finished their examination anyway.
Thanks. We'll just take a quick look around then.
Oh, right. You should know that the floor doubles as a huge lift. You can use that lever way back there to raise it up to the Vista deck.
Oh, so this is both a hold and a vista.
The police inspected it already, but didn't find anything of particular interest, it seems. If you do go up to the Vista deck with the lift, be careful not to fall off.
Got it. Thanks.
That goes double for you, Maya.
Yes, ma'am!
Well, let's get the show on the road. But before that, let's talk to Emma. Any progress with your investigation?
Nothing conclusive yet, I'm afraid. Almost everybody was involved with the cover-up. So it's hard to know who or what to believe.
I know what you mean.
Unless you have some compelling evidence, I'm afraid it's going to be a tough trial for you.
You're telling me. There isn't much time left, so I've just got to make do and see what I can turn up. Thanks for the help anyway, though, Emma. Let's go ahead and start looking around. Well, there are the flowers again.
These are the flowers we saw in Larry's photo.
The petals make them look like little gears. The perfect flower for the Sprocket family, huh? Maybe they were going to shower the couple with the petals?
You mean, kind of like how people throw rice or confetti?
Yeah, like that. Only, these were found at the scene of the murder instead. Yeah. These must be the dishes and glasses they use for reception. Very fancy. I bet we'd be in big trouble if we broke any of them. Looking at you, Maya!
Ooh, I want to see Nick.
You, young lady, need to stay far, far away from them.
Nick? You think I'm gonna break them, don't you?
Let's just say your rap sheet for breaking things doesn't help your case. I mean, he's got a point! Sorry, Maya! So this is the airship's engine. It's pretty impressive.
And it's all rhythmic, like a heartbeat. It's the literal heart of the flying chapel. Look at all those huge gears, spinning around and around and around and around and... Oh, I think I'm starting to get dizzy.
Yeah, me too. Let's, look at something else for a while then. Oh, look! There's the lever to lift Emma to the lift Emma told us about.
Let's try going up on it. I'll go flip the switch. Here goes nothing.
Wait! I'm not even on it yet! The police examined everything, right? 'Cause, that sure is a giant bloodstain. Hey, Maya, stop the lift!
Whoops, sorry. I got a little carried away.
Never mind that! Move over a little.
Okay.
Is that blood?
Blood? Let me see.
Could it be Mr. Gloomsbury's blood?
Well, this lift goes up to the Vista deck where the murder took place, so... I think that's the most logical conclusion.
But I thought the victim was clubbed to death, and that there wasn't much blood. Something tells me we better take a picture of this. There's blood on his hand, though. Okay then, interesting. How did the cop miss this giant ass blood stain? I should ask Emma about this some more later. Wyatt, can you bring the lift back down now?
You got it. I'll go flip the switch again. There.
Well then.
Done.
I want to find out some more about that blood stain. But for now, I guess we should go up to the Vista deck and take a look around the actual crime scene for ourselves.
The view must be great from up there. I bet it'll be awesome.
You mean it would be if it wasn't the scene of a murder?
Okay, to the Vista deck we go. Make sure you actually get on the lift this time, Nick.
I know.
Okay, I'll just flip the switch again and away we go.
Hey, we never finished examining the rest of the stuff. Okay.
Wow, look at the gorgeous view.
So this is where Ellen was attacked, and Mr. Gloomsbury was killed. Yeesh, one wrong step and it's splat on the ground below.
Should we go investigate the stuff that's a little closer to the edge?
Well, I don't see much of anything over there. The police investigation didn't turn up any clues either, so maybe we don't need to?
Oh, I get it. You're scared, aren't you, Nick?
Of course not. Come on, let's go back down and finish checking out the hold. Wow, he just went up there for 2 seconds and then did nothing with it. Okay. But I guess I got my wish. I can finish investigating down here. Cake.
Ooh, it's a cake, Nick. A cake. It's so big. They wouldn't miss one little piece, would they?
If you're that in the mood for a mouthful of styrofoam, sure, knock yourself out.
You mean it's not real? Well, it sure fooled me. I was so ready to have some that I'm really craving cake now. Come on, Nick. Let's go get some.
Maybe after the trial is over. Cake sounds great right now, Jesus. Huh? It looks like there were some fingerprints on this candelabra. And it also looks like bloodstain.
Yeah, I just got done dusting that. I was able to pull a set of left-hand prints.
Do you know whose prints they are?
Yes. The prints belong to the victim, Dumas Gloomsbury.
Nick! I just figured out something amazing!
You did?
Get this. If the fingerprints on the candelabra were from his left hand, then Mr. Doom and Gloom must have been left-handed. What do you think of that? Do I have the makings of a great detective or what?
Oh yes, your deductive reasoning skills are nearly encyclopedic.
Hey, you're pretty good, Maya. I looked into it myself, and sure enough, the victim really was left-handed.
Really? I got it right? awesome!
Good for you, Maya.
Good for you! That's all you've got to say?
I think you did a real great job, Maya. Way to go! I guess one can never have too much info.
Now you're talking.
But come to think of it, this candelabra isn't in the photo Larry took of the hold, is it?
That picture was taken when they were getting ready for the first reception, right? The candelabra must have been brought in here sometime after that then.
What if it was the murder weapon? It's still possible it has something to do with the incident, though. I'd better add it to the evidence file, just in case.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Wright, you can have this fingerprint powder if you like.
You're giving this to us?
Sure. I have 4 other sets.
Thanks. I feel like there's something more to the candelabra, but I can't put my finger on it. I guess we'll examine it later? Question mark? What else? Okay, I finished this side, so let's continue down this way. What's that? A wedding bell?
According to the pamphlet, it's used on the Vista deck during wedding ceremonies to bless the newlyweds.
I guess they disassembled and stored it away here in the hold when it's not being used. Plane?
Ooh, look, Nick! It's an airplane!
I wonder if Soren built that one too.
Hey! Why don't we take it for a spin?
I don't know if you can actually fly that thing.
Just a quick tour around the neighborhood.
And who do you propose is going to pilot that wooden death trap?
Me, of course. Who else? Don't worry. I've seen people fly airplanes on TV plenty of times.
Okay, but there's a difference! I think I'll pass. I've still got my whole life ahead of me. Yeah, you 35-year-old man, get married already. Settle down. Well, maybe not settle, but find a girlfriend or boyfriend. So there are 2 male Pegaboo lanterns in the reception hall. That must mean that these 2 are female Pegacal lanterns.
Larry got their sexes mixed up when he replaced the one in the reception hall, huh? Didn't he see the horns? The difference is pretty glaring if you ask me.
And yet he managed not to notice. That's what makes Larry Larry. And Larry being Larry is why I've seen more than my fair share of trouble for a lifetime.
Oh, Mr. Wright? You know that lantern the victim was found inside of in the reception hall? I'm just about to go piece it back together so the police can examine it.
Oh? Okay. We'll stop by for a look too, once you're done fixing it. Is that everything now? Yeah, I guess this is everything now that we can examine at least. Now let's talk to Emma again. This time we're going to be presenting stuff to her. See if we get more details. Emma, about this bloodstain. Doesn't something about it strike you as odd?
What's so odd about the victim's blood?
That's not exactly... There's just something about it that bothers me.
Now that you mention it, I can't say I necessarily disagree with you.
Maybe I should talk about this some more with her. Emma, can we check out this candelabra a little more?
A little more? What do you... Oops!
What happened?
I almost dropped the candelabra and the candle slipped off.
Well, let's be careful with that. It might be important evidence.
Wait a minute.
Now what?
One of the pins that holds the candles is broken.
What? Oh, shit, right.
There's definitely something fishy about this candelabra.
There is? What makes you say that?
Call it forensic investigator's intuition. We already dusted this for prints earlier. So let's test it with luminol this time.
Knowing Emma, she'd use every test she has at the same time if she could.
Just hang on, this will only take a second.
I hope this turns up a new lead somehow. Well, Emma, did you find anything?
Take a look at this, Mr. Wright.
Whoa, that's a lot of blood. What is all that blood doing on there? Now it's definitely the murder weapon. Jeez.
Maybe somebody got hurt while they were setting up for the reception? These pins are pretty sharp.
But if one of the pins is broken, it means there was some force involved. Do you think maybe somebody got stabbed?
But nobody reported anything like that.
That's quite a bit of blood. I wonder whose it is. If I have anything that might shed some light on that, I should probably show it to Emma. Do we have anything like that yet? I don't think so. Wait, can we show the crime photo? About this bloodstain.
What about it?
There's something about it that's been bothering me.
Oh yeah? What's that?
Well, there's a huge bloodstain on the crime scene lift and a bloodstained candelabra. Now, this is only a guess, but I'm thinking maybe these two bloodstains are from the same source. I'm thinking maybe these two bloodstains are from the same source.
I guess that is a possibility.
Can we compare the two bloodstains? Would that take a lot of time?
Are you kidding? Don't underestimate the power of science. It'll be done in a jiffy.
That's our Emma. Honestly, she's just excited to do something.
And the results are in. That didn't take long now, did it? It seems that the blood from the lift and the candelabra are from the same person.
Genius. Well, the victim was clubbed to death, and there wasn't all that much blood.
But if this isn't Mr. Gloomsbury's blood...
Well, this is just a guess, but what if Mr. Gloomsbury stabbed somebody with that candelabra pin? That would explain both the huge bloodstain and the lift and the blood on the candelabra.
Oh my goodness! If that's true, then that means there was somebody else present at the scene of the murder.
It does, doesn't it? This just might substantiate Ellen's statement about a third person. Emma, could you have this blood analyzed?
Sure thing.
A mysterious bloodstain on a candelabra with the victim's prints on it. This just might be the thing to back up Ellen's memory of seeing a third person. Next up, the reception hall. Might be worth taking another look around in there.
The reception hall? The forensics team is in there investigating right now.
Oh, they are?
Well, we don't have time to just sit around. So let's go check out something else.
Good idea. We could go question some people. Especially Soren. I have quite a few questions for that guy.
Sounds good, Nick.
Off to do some legwork then?
Yep. I thought we head to Soren's house for starters.
He was accompanying the police on their investigation here earlier, but he's probably home by now.
Great, thanks. Later, Emma. Thanks for all the help, and we are out of time, so we're going to be talking to Soren in the next video. I will see you guys then.